Carol's too straight. Hi, I'm Casper. If you ever see this giraffe of a man, you can see his hair, which is mostly covered by his hat. But if you closely examine his hair, it looks like hay. Hay is for horses. I'm not calling him a horse, but I'm calling him a horse lover. Tell me one other reason why he would have hay on his head. It starts to get more and more obvious the more you know him. You can obviously see his thick, strawy, yellow hair that is actually hay. When you think about what Carol's doing is just really odd and something I thought he would never do. But now I do know he does it for his own pleasures. Just let this sink in. A guy wears hay on his head to attract horses so he can do whatever they want together. Just let this sink in. A guy who wears hay on his head just to attract horses so he can do whatever he wants with them. Carol, if you're watching this, I just want to say I'm so sorry that if any of your family doesn't know that you're a horse lover, well, they do now if they actually watch it. But this is what happens in exposing videos. So get exposed. This guy's eyebrows is so bushy, like it looks like a fat hairy caterpillar. And it is. You guys might think I'm crazy, but no, it's perfectly reasonable if you actually see his eyebrows, because they're like the bushiest things in the world. This part's just the theory, but you have to believe me on this. At night, the caterpillar's on his face. Get off his face and go outside and eat some leaves, because that's what caterpillars do. They eat leaves. That's it. I'm assuming Carol doesn't even know he has caterpillars on his face, because usually normal people don't look at their face for ever. And I've known him for 6, 8 to a lot of years. Well, it's either he doesn't know or he's keeping it a secret. But that's why this exposing video is here. What I'm trying to say is, he probably doesn't know he has caterpillars on his face, because I've been doing years of research and investigating, and he probably doesn't look at his face for years. So it's either he does know and he's keeping it a secret for some reason, because the caterpillars might be evil masterminds and controlling Carol or something. That's probably not the case. Or he just simply doesn't know. One of them. Carol, by the way, try to not stay up all night for some days, because, caterpillars sort of need to eat. And if they don't eat, they're going to be hungry. So don't do that. You also won't have any eyebrows, which would look weird on a guy. So no thanks. To support my case that Carol's eyebrows are actually big, hairy, bushy, fat little caterpillars, are these caterpillars right here. Those look exactly the same as Carol's eyebrows. Just look closer. Examine them. Examine Carol's eyebrows, and then the caterpillars. Boom. Are y'all convinced now?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Harry and I'm back for another exposed vid. You may be wondering why I'm working with Casper and not Banji. Banji and I recently had a falling out on Twitter. We had some beef in the DMs. I talk more about it on my new channel, feel free to check it out. Anyways, I will be helping Casper make his vid exposing a friend of his, Karol. I have a few valid points I would like to discuss. As you can see my representation right here, our pal Karol has a hat on. He always has a hat on. When he doesn't have a hat on, he has hair. Suspicious, indeed. Karol has hair, Casper can confirm. Why is the back of his head always covered with soft materials like beanies and hair? Unless he has something to hide. I have a theory. Have any of you ever heard of hands on the backs of people's heads? Well, that's it. A head hand. He has a head hand. Let's see what happens if someone tries to touch the back of his head.
Take off your hat.
No.
Faster. You can do it
No,
one-handed.
I'm not taking off my hat. Why? Why do you want me to take off my hat? Why?
Anger and denial. Karol clearly does not want anyone interacting with his head. Suspicious. He does not want us to know something, but guess what, Karol? We know about your head hand. Do not hide from us. Hats, hair, non-desire of head touching. Clearly a case of the head hands. Theory confirmed. This might seem like a bit of a stretch, but what if I told you that Karol is not actually a regular person but in fact not one but two young children stacked on top of each other? This would easily explain his abnormal height. His height is abnormal for a person of his age. There is nothing else that could explain his towering over every other student at his school. Do not doubt me, for I have more evidence. Why does Karol wear such baggy clothing is a question I ask on a regular basis. Another question I ask frequently is how he always lies and is quite good at it. Karol will do a thing and blame it on someone else. Wait one moment, baggy clothing, lying, it's connected and leads to the truth. He says he never wears jeans because it's uncomfortable. What if he only wears loose clothing? Because if he wore tight clothing, we would all see his little kid baby legs, and same with his baggy sweaters. It all comes together. Karol is two young children in baggy clothing, making him taller. Karol is not a fully grown person.
Are you a fully grown person?
I don't know. Am I?
Can you answer the question?
I don't know. Can I?
He's avoiding the question.
No.
There you have it. The secret is revealed. Karol, or should I say two little kids, are exposed. Naturally, the next step would be to figure out what two kids are behind this scam. Yeah, I don't know, it could be literally any two kids. Let's narrow it down. So there are 1.9 million kids in the world. That's one hefty number. So 16% of the population of Canada, which is all the kids in Canada, is 5,785,600. Still hefty. That number is almost taller than Karol himself. Okay, well, that's how far I've gotten. Karol is still mega exposed right now. Like, geez, did this dude just get exposed or what? He did. Totally.
You failed.
No, I did not, Karol. Me and Casper have succeeded in exposing you. Anyways, thanks for being around to see Karol get exposed.